The Jura Z5 repair. Sorry I didn't have any video of the repair itself, but I just have one little snippet. And this is after rebuilding the Jura Z5 here with the pumps and some other items. So enjoy. Okay, this is the description of my problem. So after replacing some pumps, hoses, that was leaking the heater block in the Jura Z5, and also the brew unit, swap that out. I was still having a problem with the cappuccino functionality. It would brew espresso just fine, but when you would go to cappuccino mode, it would not go out the left side output. The coffee would sort of be hit or miss. Sometimes it would just drop out the espresso shot side, and other times it would show maybe half outload through the left side where the cappuccino output is. And after taking the machine apart, I discovered there's a solenoid that switches between the two outputs. So there's a 24-volt solenoid in there, and it'll push the arm to the cappuccino side, or just stays in the neutral position, which is the espresso side. So I verified the solenoid worked by putting 24 volts on it. It clicks in and out just fine. Just as a note, there's this little fine plastic pin that solenoid uses to swing the arm back and forth, that has a hose on it that has the espresso output. And be careful with that pin, because it looks like a very delicate little item that could break very easily. I did not break mine, but just heads up on that one. Then I put the solenoid back in, went and looked at the circuit board at the back, which is what this photo is of. And you can see one of the solenoids, or a couple, like 1, 2.5, I guess you could say, in the photo here. They're just some off-brand relays, and my idea was I followed the cable that goes from that 24-volt solenoid back to the main circuit board here. This is the power board, it's called. I think Jura calls it in their parts diagram. And so I just wrote down all the numbers of all the relays on the circuit board. I'm going, the machine's probably brewed. The last time I looked at the computer, I think it was like 2,000 espressos, like 1,000 cappuccinos. I've had the machine for quite a while. And it's like, okay, well, maybe these are just cheap relays and they wore out. So I got all the part numbers of the relays, and then proceeded to place an order online for just replaced every relay on the motherboard essentially. And those came in, desoldered them, popped in the new ones, reinstalled the motherboard, reconnected the connectors. In my mind, I'm thinking that may have also been something that may have helped with the problem. Maybe the connectors just sort of oxidized and lost their connectivity. I don't know if also me soldering the motherboard with fresh solder, when I sucked out the solder with the desoldering gun and then soldered in the new relays, maybe that made a better connection as well, with less resistance for that 24-volt solenoid to work. I haven't inspected each of the old relays I removed yet to see if one was actually defective or had intermittent operation. But it was such a cheap and easy repair to do. I just ordered the handful of relays and then, put them all back in again, essentially. So hope this verbal, non-video version give you some guidance. It was a super easy repair to do. Not hard at all. You just gotta know how to use a soldering iron and desolder the relays off the board. And you can see, take a picture of the plug so you know how they all go back together. Hope this helps anyone else with this problem. Enjoy your day.